We're back! All right. Back after a long break. 406 Broncos. We've missed out on a lot of stuff. There's a lot to catch up on. We're probably not going to focus on all of it. Hall of Fame game just happened. We're Hall of Fame. Champ Bailey, Pat Bowlen.
Yeah, that was cool.
We should do a separate video on that. We have too much to talk about. Other
In
than
short
that
little
stuff.
time.
Yeah, we're trying to keep
we
the
are
videos a little
not
shorter.
going to do 30-minute videos no more.
Nah.
That's
But
too long.
we were going to do it last week, and it just never happened. So now we're going to focus directly on preseason. We've had a lot of stuff happening in training camp, stuff like that. So let's just dive right in. Some injuries off the top. Todd Davis.
I have no idea. Oh, still.
Well, just
Consisting of injuries right now.
Yeah, things that we're dealing with right now. So
Todd Davis was one.
Billy Wynn out for season. There was another linebacker.
Yeah. Josie Jewell had like a bleak strain.
Yeah. And then
Ron Leary had one.
Bryce Callahan with a foot.
Yeah. So not too bad. Emmanuel Sanders is,
Still,
obviously. Yeah, but he's like at least training and stuff. Jake Butt ACL, so we'll see when he gets back in.
Sounds like Todd Davis will be back for the start of regular season, which is good. It's good because it'll give other linebackers a chance to prove their spots on this. And based on the Hall of Fame game, I don't really want to dive too much into the Hall of Fame game, but there was a lot of good sightings from like some young players, some people that I don't even know. Like Juwan Winfrey, the wide receiver. That was a really cool.
What about that Muhammad kid?
Oh yeah, he put a good.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good.
Stamp on himself. Yeah.
I was watching him. He did pretty good. You think he'll? Well, how many running backs do you think they'll hold?
I think we're gonna do 4 because we're gonna keep. I think we're gonna keep Janovich.
You think? Oh yeah, I guess
So
that
he'll
would count.
yeah.
But you think? Okay, so there's Lindsey, Freeman, Booker,
And now Theo Riddick. That's another big one.
So that's the 4 you think, or
But
do you
don't
include 4 including Janovich?
I think 4 plus Janovich.
Oh, okay.
So you have the fullback as his own position.
You think that Muhammad kid will get in the practice squad then?
I think that's definitely at the least bit what should happen. But don't count on Booker keeping a roster spot now.
No, I don't think so.
Booker could easily lose his roster spot.
I would, in all effects, I think he should.
Right.
Everyone's outperforming him.
Well, and he's the third. What's he really gonna? The one thing he brings is he's a pass catching running back. But that's what Theo Riddick is. We didn't sign Theo Riddick just to cut him. He's gonna make the team. And we already know that Royce is making the team. We already know Lindsey's making the team. So there's basically one more roster spot for running back. Because I think Janovich is a lock at the fullback position.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. Well, especially with Flacco back there and need all the help he can get to blocking.
Yep.
I think Janovich is the guy for all of that. So, and especially what we saw last year with helping out the run. Oh man, he was a game changer.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna carry less receivers, more tight ends. So I think we'll probably have 4 tight ends.
So okay, so Fumagalli, a Hireman, Butt and Fant. Now Hireman and Fant are gonna be your 2 big guys. But dude,
the rest they're all injury prone. Like as far as Fant, we don't know yet.
Well, Fumagalli got injured.
He was out all season last year with an injury.
Was he?
Yep.
Oh, it's because it was just Hireman and Lacoste.
Yep. So I think we're gonna do a 2 tight end system because let's face it, our wide receiver depth is not that great. So I think we're gonna run the 2 tight end system. Plus that's good because
Flacco likes the tight ends.
Yes.
So
I think that's gonna work out well. I think we should do a double back system too. Like we can interchange all kinds of different systems, but I would love to see like a 2-back system played a lot. Now that Riddick's involved, we have that pass catching back that has experience and is a seasoned veteran. We know what he's worth. 1-year deal on that, so I think that could definitely be a help to us.
I'm excited to see, especially with all the different coaching changes that we have got. We're probably going to focus on a defensive-oriented team again, which I love. But we've got Munchak as the lineman coach, and oh my gosh, is that something we need? Is a good lineman coach?
Oh, you're telling me.
It's been years. It's been half a decade since I've seen a good line.
Right. Well, and like considering there was only second and third and fourth string guys in on the Hall of Fame game.
Right.
Based on what I saw from the defense,
a couple of the first drives were the starters.
Right. But like based on what I saw from the defense all around, I was very pleased. I think if you get all our starters in there, you're going to see a defense that's going to wreak some havoc.
Good.
And it sounds like Kareem Jackson's going to play safety.
Yeah,
so we're gonna do Callahan and Harris on the ends, and well, actually Callahan's probably gonna play the nickel. So that means who's gonna be the other?
So hold on here. Yeah, well, so is it Justin Simmons and
Jackson?
But what about Will Parks?
He could play like in a nickel maybe, or he'll just rotate.
Yeah, I guess he'll rotate. But that guy, I thought he could have had a starting bid.
Well, the thing about Kareem Jackson is I can see a lot of like a TJ Ward in Kareem Jackson. Like he's a hard-hitting, ball hawk.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I like about Jackson at safety. Now, he can rotate two corner if we're getting burned too much. That's where, we got to see if Yadam, Bosby, one of these guys has to step up and take that other corner position. Because somebody's going to take the end. Because Callahan's a nickel corner, and he's going to stay on that nickel end.
What about Sue Cravens? Where is he standing?
He's on a roster bubble right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a hit or miss kind of guy. Like I think he had some good plays, if I'm not mistaken, in the Hall of Fame game.
Okay, sorry, I had another question in mind. Is linebacker wise? Now on a middle linebacker is Todd Davis and Josie Jewell. Mm-hmm. Who's covering?
Well, Barea is one. Jackson was another guy. Let me see. Let's go to the depth chart because I can tell you right away which one is. Yeah. Jones that's outside. This guy right here, Alexander Johnson. That was the guy that they've been talking a lot about. Keyshawn Barea. That's another guy that
they still have a lot of depth in.
Well, and see, here's the thing too: is if we must, we could go to a 3 linebacker system. We won't because that's not the system Fangio runs. But if you have the 2 edge rush as Miller and Chubb, well, let's take a look at those guys.
Well, Fangio, he runs a 3-4, doesn't he?
Yeah. See, like Justin Hollins Justin Hollins is a blitzing back. I feel like there's some of these outside guys that could play middle. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're sitting good on. You're right though. Middle linebacker is a position to have some concern about as far as depth. But I think we'll find the right guy, and that's what preseason is all about. Like that's a position to watch for sure. Is middle linebacker. I think wide receiver is another one because if you ask me, the top 4 is already decided. It's going to be Sutton, Sanders, Tim Patrick, and Ja'Shawn Hamilton are going to take the wide receivers. But then there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more that are going to. And I think Winfrey's got a good shot. He made some big plays, or at least one big play, the touchdown to win the game in that last game.
So
what's up?
I was just going to say, so we kind of went throughout the depth chart. Let's maybe discuss just a little bit of what we got to see in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh, like as far as...
yeah. Pat Bowlen's family got to be out there.
Yep.
Champ Bailey also got to be out there.
Great speech by Champ Bailey, too.
2 Broncos... 2 Broncos got to go in the Hall of Fame, and the Broncos got to play.
Yep.
So it was a lot of Broncos that night.
It was a good Hall of Fame weekend. And I was thinking about it too. Next year, they're talking about, because this is the 100th year, they're talking about doing a 20-man class next year.
Yeah, you said that.
So you could easily see, a guy like Steve Atwater getting in.
I hope so.
And then the next year after, Peyton Manning's eligible. He's a first.
Oh, he's a first ballot.
So we're gonna fill out some Broncos.
Do you think he's gonna go co-ed on that one?
Absolutely. How many times have you seen him at Colts practices over Broncos practices? Like he's always there.
We get the updates because we follow Broncos.
True.
We don't follow the Colts.
He goes around all over the place, really. But I feel like you see him in commercials, even like these nationwide commercials. He's usually wearing a blue and orange tie.
I mean, yeah, but blue, unless if it's blue, it could be Colts too, you know.
Blue and orange, I'm talking about.
Oh, blue and orange.
He wears a lot of like blue suits with orange ties and stuff.
Like that commercial
he reps the Broncos.
Where he eats pizza with a lawnmower guy from Denver.
Yeah, I think that's when he was still playing, wasn't it?
No, I don't. I think it was just a couple of years after.
All right, preseason game tomorrow against the Seahawks. Who are you looking at? Who are some players that you're curious to see how they perform?
Well, I want to see more on Fant.
I would agree with that.
And Drew Lock, because I mean, yeah, he was getting kind of the crap out of him on that last game. I mean, I liked his throwing, but he needed to find where they're actually at. Like he was overpowering it too much.
I want to see how he plays with a good line. With the starting line.
Yeah, I would agree. I would like to see him get put in there with the starting line and see how he fits in. Because when we were watching him, he was kind of crumbling because that line just pancaked.
Right, and Flacco will play a couple series, they said, in this game, which will be cool to see that. And they said that Locke will get more time. Apparently, it sounds like we're going to run 3 quarterbacks. We're going to have Kevin Hogan as our backup quarterback, and then Locke will be behind them, which I kind of get, because if in the event that Flacco goes down, you don't want to just throw Locke into the fire and have him just like burn, because we've seen that happen to some really good quarterbacks that had potential. Yeah. So I kind of agree with that. I don't like hanging up another roster spot with an extra quarterback, but in this situation, I think it's the best. Player that
I was
going to say player that I want to tell everybody to keep an eye on is Draymond Jones, the D lineman, I think he's a DT. Yeah. Oh no, he's a D end. But he was wreaking some havoc in that last game, and I think he's a guy who could easily take a roster spot, and he will almost inevitably take a spot. But he could almost rotate into a starting position on that D line. So I'm pretty excited to see how he does in this game. Some of those cornerbacks, like I was saying, but that's the guy to look out for, in my opinion. Keep an eye on him. And that Muhammad guy, too.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I was going to say that Muhammad guy. This is a little off topic, but do we know where Keenum went? He went to the Washington.
Redskins, yeah.
Is he starting?
It's not determined yet. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to mention. Also, in this game, Seahawks, we will be playing against none other than Paxton Lynch. So,
really?
Yeah, he's backup quarterback. So, or he's like fighting for a backup quarterback position. So hopefully he plays, and hopefully we get to swamp his ass, because he was talking some shit.
Wow!
About us.
He was. Mm-hmm. He was talking.
He was throwing shade.
Shade he can't back up.
So I want to see some guys get in there and
rock his world. Well, I cannot believe, out of his mouth, dude, you sucked.
I know.
You timid little beehole. That, and you get injured with no contact.
And he was crying. Remember him crying? He's going to be crying this weekend. Or tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow.
So. Gosh.
Well, I think we'll probably cut it there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. We're going to be doing these more often.
More football!
And football is back even better. So, preseason football, we're just right around the corner to the regular season. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm excited, too.
Yeah.
Yeah!